Hey there, guys. So, I finished watching The Dragon Prince, and I gotta say, while it was good, it did feel a little rushed since the entire first season is 9 episodes long. And this harkens back to how they've, how the creators have been handling their last project, Voltron Legendary Defender. Now, I like Voltron Legendary Defender, don't get me wrong. But after the first two seasons where it they had a awkward pace of let's get a bunch done and then slow down with some kind of nonsensical filler, they went into 6 episodes where it was like super condensed with an episode of filler. And I'm a little worried that in season 2 of The Dragon Prince, they're going to do the same thing. Okay? And because just there was no real downtime to breathe in the first season. Everything was very quickly paced, very story driven. And I mean, if you're trying to move the story along quickly, that's fine. But it just felt a little rushed. So yeah, I still would highly recommend checking it out. The voice acting's good. The animation's pretty good. Is pretty good. Um, Again, you can easily tell that a lot of it is CGI based. Like they use the CGI models, but then just slapped a paint coat on it to make it look somewhat cell shaded. So yeah. Oh gee. Huh. Anyway, uh, that kind of brings me to another show that just ended, as far as I can tell. Uh, Gundam Build Divers. I'm a huge Gundam fan. Uh, been so ever since Gundam Wing first aired on Toonami back in the day. You know, watched it, watched the original Mobile Suit Gundam on Toonami. It was kind of weird seeing uh, the voice of uh, Quattro Rababa winner come out of Amuro Ray. You know, because it's the same voice actor, but you know, it was a good show. You know, I watched G Gundam when then when they did the Toonami Midnight Run, I watched 08th MS Team and 0083 Stardust Memory and 0080 War in the Pocket. Hi. Anyway, I've been watching Gundam ever since. The latest iteration of in the franchise was Gundam Build Divers, which, as I said it like a minute ago, just ended. Uh, and it's gotten a lot of harsh criticism, even especially from me talking to other people about it. Uh, the pacing was kind of all over the place because you'd have an episode where stuff happened and then an episode of nonsense filler. So I mean, you could technically cut the series in half and you'd still have the same experience but with less fluff. At least that's what my friends and I felt. You know, because it went from a high action plot episode to a very slow oh, let's do something frivolous. Okay, but we watched it, mainly because we love Gundams. We love seeing all the different variants. We love seeing the little Easter eggs. Seeing Patrick the cockroach in every episode. that was a great nod to Double O. But it also got me thinking that we needed it to be slow. We needed it to be light. Out of all the Gundams, it's one of the more predictable because it feels more like a shonen show. Because you have, the main characters, high school kid, he's the kind of the chosen one. You know, he keeps meeting and climbing rank among elite players and so on and so forth. Your standard tropes you'd see in a, one of the throwaway light novel seasons or series. But as I was sitting there watching the end credits, or not really the end credits, because they did the whole, we're going to show more animation while the credits are playing. But as I'm sitting there watching it, I'm like, I'm glad I watched this. Yeah, it made me upset at times because, like I said, predictable tropes, inconsistent action plot downtime. But considering the show that we had right before Gundam Build Divers was Iron Blooded Orphans, where one of the staff people admitted that if they hadn't reined in the director wanted to kill off everybody. By the end of the show, everyone's dead. So it would have been Kill 'Em All Tomino version 2.0, which I don't think anyone would have liked at all. But because Iron Blooded Orphans was such a dense show with the usual, politics, death, destruction, and this time it was talking about child soldiers, which is a tragedy in and of itself, but I feel that we kind of needed something to help put our spirits back up, even if it wasn't as good as it could have been. So, I'm glad we got Build Divers. I mean, not only was it a nice little fluff series to, kind of chew our teeth on and calm down after Iron Blooded Orphans, but it's also given us more cool kits, some of them based off of older model kits. Towards the end there, we got to see a Gundam that was based off the GPO2, which you rarely ever get to see anything about the GPO2, or any about the GPO1 or 3 even. I mean, 0083 does have some problems, but it's a great watch in my opinion. And they have some pretty sweet suit designs. So, to see the GPO2 customized into this really badass machine, I'm not arguing. I mean, hell, I might even buy the kid eventually when I have the money, because I'm still jobless. But yeah. So, that's really it for that. This one's been kind of a shorter video. I have some other thoughts on some other stuff, so I'm gonna try and pop out another video or two really soon. As usual, like, comment, subscribe, all that jazz. Feel free to drop me a line, whatever. Thanks for watching. Bye.